This is Robin Hart of the Home Loans with Heart team of CNG, and this is our weekly market watch video for those inquiring minds who want to know a little bit more about the mortgage industry and what's happening and where it's heading. And yes, it's true, the year has sped up. If it feels like it's sped up for you, it's the year of the fire horse. So get ready, hold on, and hold on tight, because as far as I can see, it is going to be a rapid year. Each week we do try to start off with the rate. So let's kick it off. 30-year fixed rate is currently at its lowest level since 2022. Now, the 30-year fixed, and again, these are 7-day averages from over 200 mortgage lenders across the nation, as reported by Mortgage Nuggets. And the 30-year fixed 7-day average slipped below 6% for the first time in 4 years, y'all. So kind of cool. The FHA and VA loans are sitting at 5.6%. Might be a good time to refinance. We are receiving some mixed signals in the industry. Lower rates are improving affordability and driving strong refinance growth. However, home prices remain elevated and economic uncertainty appears to be impacting purchase decisions. As a matter of fact, we're still seeing 1 in 7 purchase contracts fall out. And more mixed signals with the jobs data. Actually, recently, BLS released their data for the jobs pictures, and they released a rosy snapshot of jobs with lower unemployment numbers. But this made some people scratch their head and were wondering if that's actually correct. You see, the BLS, which is reported by a government data agency, they use additional filler data like birth death ratios and seasonal adjustments to adjust for the data that they receive. And actually, it's kind of anticipate where the numbers are actually headed. But the ADP numbers are actually using hardline data based off of real payroll numbers. Now, each painted a stark contrast with each other, and we're wondering who's actually right. You see, ADP released jobs data only showing like 20,000 jobs for the month of January, and that's a really small number pretty much for the entire country. And yet BLS says, woohoo, 130,000 jobs. What the difference is that filler data or birth death ratios and seasonal adjustments are actually calculating far more than what the actual data the BLS is receiving. So they're making more adjustments than what for the data than they actually receive. So it's really kind of given us a little hesitancy as to whether or not the jobs data is actually as rosy as they're painting it. Now, I've been talking about this all February long, and I cannot stop sharing it. Guess what? You're going to hear it one more time. So, there's a tidal wave of misinformation from the access economy, otherwise recognized as the subscription economy. This misinformation war has been going on since the 80s when they first started encouraging people to lease cars rather than to own them. And that was so they could afford more and more expensive, more cars and more expensive cars at that. Affording and owning more than what you ever could afford before. Now, this is a huge marketing bent towards emptying your wallets, people. And finally, and please keep in mind, these billion-dollar companies are spending tons of marketing dollars to figure out how to empty your wallet. And finally, we hear from someone who is reminding people about the benefits of home ownership. It's a renowned American financial expert that doesn't sell homes. He's not in the mortgage industry. His name is David Bach, and he joined Stephen Bartlett on the Diary of a CEO podcast. David Bach makes the case for home ownership, helping to be a part of your savings mindset as well as your financial portfolio. Now, what's starking contrast is that the average net worth of a renter is only like $11,000, I believe, and in some cases 17 if you're looking at California. Well, in New York. But guess what? There's a massive difference. Average homeowner wealth, net worth about 400,000. And they're not talking about that. So interesting. Now, who is David Bach? Well, he's a speaker, author, television personality, and entrepreneur. You will most likely recognize some of his book titles, all of them New York Times best-selling books. His entire resume is helping everyday people win at the game of life when it comes to money. Check out his books, half-price books, Amazon, or even your local library. I personally recommend some of his books in every occasion where people are having challenges when it comes to credit, finances, or just generally speaking, needing to learn more about finances. So now let's get into the fun stuff. All right, this is kind of cool. Nice surprise. Lois Jurgens got the surprise of a lifetime when she went to sell the the crock sitting on her back porch. Now, I don't know if it's a crock pot. You see a picture here. I don't know what it was for. It looks like a pot that you would put a plant in. But she was expecting to sell it for about $300. And she got heard from Kim Bramer, who owns the auction house, who told her it was worth so much more. Now, apparently it's worth about $32,000 more. And Jurgens is a mother of three and a grandma of four. And she just celebrated her 91st birthday. And kind of a odd fashion, she had decided to sell this crock for her birthday. And, I guess she was going to go spend it all in, I guess, go out for a nice meal or something. Who knows? Or maybe pay bills. Anyway, she was selling this 30-gallon Red Wing stoneware crock that had been sitting on her back porch for decades. So congratulations to Lois. Wonderfully good news and a lovely windfall. Sounds like you deserve it, and you've been sitting on your assets. So there we go. All right. Now, for our mortgage meme of the week, how to avoid returning money to your friend. Well, just ask him for another loan and he'll start to avoid you himself. So anyway, like to have a good time, but if you're curious about the best time to buy, well, it depends on you. So give me a call and let's chat it out and see if you're ready to take advantage of the deals available on the market. You definitely need like income, assets, credit. And if you don't have any of those things, it's time to make a plan for it. So give me a call and we'll make a plan. So other than that, if you like this video, please follow us on any of our social media outlets. We're on LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, and the artist formerly known as Twitter. I'm Robin Hart with the Home Loans with Heart team of CMG, where we're here to help you and anyone else who wants to build wealth through the financing of homes. So I'm Robin Hart. Have a great week, and you all come back and see us. Bye.